Alright. I'm gonna stream my game too.
Yo. Alright, let me see if I just put Naruto.
It's week 11 of the National Football League. And we'll see the Rams' lengthy corner, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Rams and the Seahawks. And it comes your
they
way
got
next
this Hinata
on
card?
NFL 24.
Damn, it has Hinata's face.
Oh, what?
The Santa Ana wind so prevalent this time of year, they rolled through and they
Damn, there's a couple. Okay. Yeah, people love Hinata.
Today we've got an interesting week 11 matchup on tap. As it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking
What card got the Kakashi eyes? That's... I'm gonna actually equip that. I don't even have that card, but whenever I get that card... Yeah. Damn, that's a dope. Can't lie. I already equipped. There's a Sasuke one. I already got that one. I haven't seen no Naruto ones yet, though. This is crazy. Oh, there's one. Okay, but that's too simple. Again, simple. Come on.
And they'll be let out by their 6-year quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes.
Oh, they have, of course, they have a Tsunade
card. For them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just game plan for 1 week.
Okay, now we're talking. There's a card with Naruto and Bijou. Okay.
Oh, let's go.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up.
First
Lucky
play.
to have recovered
2013
because the defense got it. They were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline.
Hey, I
run out there and try and stop
was looking at our defense
this
year, though. They could get close to that.
Script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Yeah, they.
I think we could be number one defense.
We got. I say at least 1 more year and then we got it. But this year's gonna be crazy. I think we just need 1 more year to really put it together.
I don't know.
And then we're gonna be.
I don't know. I think we're gonna find it.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending
Maybe like halfway through the season or something. I think maybe.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47.
Oh shit, they got this truck. It's half Naruto, half Sasuke face. And then on one side it's Sakura, on the other side it's Hinata. I'm equipping that one.
Nice.
Yeah, that one's dope. Okay, that's a good one. Even though I probably don't have that truck yet. That's a good one. Damn, the trucks always have good ones because you can put like a full picture on it, so like you can actually put characters on it. And they look good.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. You talk about this.
I found a couple of cars. I didn't find anything I liked yet though.
Against the run in the NFL.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with him on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop. Held him to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
The Seahawks send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 6.
Okay, now that's a dope beach. Okay, yeah, that Naruto. Oh, that's 6'8". Hey, that's. Okay, that.
For the Seahawks, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying.
Oh,
to
now
the
I'm starting to see
football.
soccer
That tells me
cars.
that they've got all their assignments
Way
down,
back here.
and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Almost get intercepted. Come on now.
But it winds up falling incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Sunset Naruto. Let's see.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. First down, the run with Lynch. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right in a yard.
Oh, no, these are... Oh, okay. There's a... Okay, this is the Itachi family car. It has Sakura, Sasuke, and Solida. Okay.
Alright.
Dang, they have the... That's a dope. That's from the last, I think. He did that? Yeah. Oh, they don't have any. They only have like a couple, but I think it's from the last. Yeah, when he did that. Oh, that's okay. So the 4 cars they have actually cool.
Touchdown, baby.
Love that Tuggy.
Golden Tate. Russell with Golden Tate.
And the Seahawks are on the board first on the road here in LA.
It's crazy to think, because we had Baldwin, Kurth, and Golden Tate, and Casey Harvin, right?
And that makes the score 7-0.
Yep.
So crazy.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year? So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They run with Cunningham. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On 1st and 10, Bradford. And that'll be incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typically what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And he is caught. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Here's Bradford. And that is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Ready? Off the play fake, Bradford. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking deep downfield. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against Washington, and now they lead this ball game as well. Set to go here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete.
And you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers. You know
this is
that
a
in that
cocky
zone coverage,
card.
they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
You know, like I can't really see them.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown.
It's
but incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
They'll check this down to Lynch, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield.
Oh, that Rama car has Sasuke on the back of it. Okay.
Give them 22 there on the 3rd down
bad.
conversion.
I might go with that
Play
one.
action. Now Wilson. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. And the Rams will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. This is P. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. From the shotgun, it's Bradford. Pitch and catch here to Cook. Hang on now, we're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Bradford. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. Now Bradford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Lynch, left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Seahawks at 8-1 on the year. They come in here hot. I mean, over the last 9, Charles, they are 8-1.
And that record, the way that they're playing, they've proven to me, and I think anyone else in the league, that they're able to go toe-to-toe with anyone, and they look forward to the challenge.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From midfield now, here's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing is Wilson. Got a man, and it's Baldwin again. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. A give to Lynch from the shotgun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now will be third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Wilson. Flushed out right.
Yeah.
And that will be incomplete. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to fourth down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this one is right down Broadway. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Throwing again, Bradford on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
After watching that play result, it took me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and we asked him, so how you plan to move the ball against this defense?
He didn't really tip his hand, did he?
No, he didn't. I think it's because he really didn't have an answer. He wasn't quite sure how he was going to get it done, and that play showed us exactly why he was worried.
Yeah, this #1 defense, they can put that on their highlight reel. They have been able to stop the run all season long. Oh, fighting off the defender. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson. This is complete. It's Baldwin. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Again, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Baldwin. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up the running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start, and it ends up falling incomplete.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. And that is no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. And now off to the races down the right side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. They go play action with Wilson. The try. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 40 yards. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. Play action. It's Wilson rolling to his right. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On second down, Lynch. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
He'll try again. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now a give to P. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a third and still about 12 to go.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground, but every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They go play action now. Wilson. His throw incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses are always trying to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in the game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Now Wilson steps away to his left. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
They'll send Austin in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Bradford. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
A little bit of space there for the 1st down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
They'll run again with Lynch. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 83 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Now Wilson on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Bradford to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Bradford now. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough, barring a miraculous comeback.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Hardman, and it's intercepted. Now he's loose at the 40, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Bradford. And this is going to be incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Bradford. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Keeps himself upright.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
third down, they go Lynch. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Baldwin. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Let's go now.
Back to the ground, Lynch. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure.
After review of the
So
play.
that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson wants to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Getting the call, Lynch running left. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Pete Carroll, no stranger to rolling the dice. He'll roll it again. 4th down, they're going for it. Now it's Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Now it's Wilson. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear.